Center for Democracy, Pluralism and Human Rights released a report on the unrest in Bangladesh post-August 5th, which talked about the deliberate targeting of religious minorities and the emergence of mob rule on the streets. The report documents and analyzes the attacks against minorities in Bangladesh since the ouster of Sheikh Hasina. My colleague Simran Babbar has spoken exclusively with Dr. Prerna Malhotra, the president of CDPHR, on the report and details of the fact-finding committee on the attacks on Hindus in Bangladesh. Mohammed Yunus has meanwhile said that the reports of the attack on the minorities have been exaggerated, and he said he invites Indian journalists to visit Bangladesh and report from the ground on the issues of minority protection. Ariman, my colleague, joins me on the phone line to talk more about this. Ariman, it's a big deal if the leader of Bangladesh is inviting Indian journalists to come to Bangladesh and see for themselves whether any atrocities have been committed or not.
Right. So, as it has been evident, Professor Mohammed Yunus has said that the reports of the attacks on the minorities have greatly been exaggerated, and he has also invited the Indian journalists to visit Bangladesh and also invited them to report from the ground on the issues of the minority protection.
Let us listen into a report filed by my colleague Simran, who spoke to Dr. Prerna Malhotra, president of the CDPHR, on the report and details of the fact-finding committee on the attacks on Hindus in Bangladesh.
What has been unfolding in Bangladesh over the past few days after the swearing in of the new government is history in building. Joining me right now to speak over the situation of minorities in Bangladesh and the kind of violence the Hindu community is being inflicted upon is the president of Center for Democracy, Pluralism and Human Rights, Dr. Prerna Malhotra. Thank you for speaking to NewsX. What exactly has been the kind of reflection of work that has been done in Bangladesh to safeguard the interests of minorities, particularly after the new government has been sworn in?
See, it was initially a students' protest. There were genuine issues, but gradually the protest was taken over by Islamist forces. And through our report, we also found that there was some foreign hand involved into it, particularly the Western powers and America's deep state, which is a complex system of network of, you can say, NGOs, media, and many other fora. So it was that atmosphere was built by them, and the students' protest, which focused on the quota issue, then it was amended to make it the regime change protest. And when the regime change actually happened, so the brunt of the entire episode was faced by the minorities of Bangladesh, particularly the Hindus. So the maximum attacks happened on Hindus. We, in our report, have given ground data, particularly from 5th of August when Sheikh Hasina fled to India, and till 9th of August, we have listed 110 cases against Hindus in Bangladesh, and we have given the details wherever they happen, the place, Upjila, Jila, everything. So then we have also analyzed how the media responded to the entire situation in Bangladesh. And we found that even media also tried to create a different kind of narrative, which was that it is not anti-minority, rather it is a political thing, anti-establishment, and it is, against Awami League. But temples are not associated with Awami League. So why were temples attacked? And there were specific cases wherein Hindus were targeted. And no one can deny that. Also, the news have come that 49 professors, teachers, they have been made to resign, forced to resign. So, taking away their jobs and removing them from their positions of authority in Bangladesh is a deeper thing. Everything is calculated. It's not spontaneous. It's not organic. These protests were not organic. Everything was orchestrated, I'm telling you. And there were big players behind it, including the Western powers, which are more concerned about the geopolitical issues than anything else. Then human rights. Then somebody's security, somebody's living, or somebody's dignity. They are not concerned about that. So now...
In the report that also you have brought out, are there also any significant references that have been made, particularly concerning about the reason for which it has been orchestrated to disturb the peace within the minority communities in Bangladesh?
The main purpose of USA in the entire world was regime change. They did not want Sheikh Hasina to remain on that post, and she has also, publicly talked about it. And even before, when these protests began, she said that I'll be removed.